and welcome back for another episode of the weekly mentorship series. I'm Dr. Omid Azami. In this week's episode, I wanted to talk about a quote from Jim Rohn, which is, "You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most." After we finish up dental school and we enter private practice, or we're working in a clinic by ourselves, or perhaps with a boss or colleague, it's quite easy to become isolated and not have a supportive group of friends or mentors around you to get to where you want to get to in your career or in your life outside of dentistry for that matter. This quote from Jim Rohn, when I first heard it, it actually got me thinking a lot because it makes a lot of sense. The people around you either will motivate you and push you to do better things, to continue to learn, continue to grow, or they might hinder you or give negative energy, or even want to hold you back because they themselves don't have the ambition to want to push forward in their professional career or personal lives, and they kind of want to hold you back with them. I'm listening to a book called Ego's Enemy from Ryan Holiday, and in this book there was an analogy from a wrestling coach which I thought fit into this quote from Jim Rohn, that you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. This quote was from a famous wrestling coach who, in his training program with his trainees, had a system, a tiered system. So any given wrestler would be paired up with someone who was better than them, who was going to teach them, someone who was at their level so they could compare themselves with and compete with to push each other and get better, and someone who was junior to them or below them so that they can then teach that junior person. And I think that's a great setup. So if you're looking to surround yourself with good people in dentistry or in other aspects of your life, it might be a good way to look at it like that. And I think that's something that I'm personally trying to work on and trying to develop is, if you're going to have a group of close friends or mentors within dentistry, outside of dentistry, it'd be quite nice to have someone who's more experienced than you, or someone who you look up to clinically or professionally, that can mentor you so they can show you the way a little bit. They've already accomplished what you're hoping to accomplish and they can kind of guide you in that journey. Also, it'd be nice to have someone, a peer, a classmate, someone perhaps that you went to dental school with, that you graduated with, or another associate at your practice, who you can push each other and kind of compete with each other, have that internal competition to grow and get better. And that's a nice way of kind of staying motivated and driven to succeed. At the same time, to reinforce your learning and your understanding, it would be nice to have a junior person that you can then teach. Because as you learn, in school, if you can teach a theory or a concept or a procedure, then you've fully grasped it and you fully understand it yourself. So think about this concept. If you are around people who push you, who motivate you, if you've got this kind of tiered system in your current group of friends, and if you don't, networking is a great tool. I'm a big believer of networking, and I think it's important to always reach out to try and bring new circles of people into your life so you can learn from them, so you can experience new things, and that you can ultimately grow. So be careful who you surround yourself with. Try and find people who are like-minded, who are equally ambitious, who are equally conscientious, and don't give you that negative energy or don't try and hold you back. That's it for this week. Nice and short. I just wanted to leave you with that quote from Jim Rohn, that you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. And within that broader concept from Jim Rohn, the analogy from Ego is the Enemy from Ryan Holiday, of the wrestling coach who set up that tiered system. If you want to learn something, have someone who's better than you at it so they can teach you. Have someone who's at your level who you can compete and push each other to grow. And have someone who's below or junior to you so you can then teach. That's it for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Noobie Dentist Podcast. Please be sure to subscribe and head over to iTunes and give the show a 5-star rating. For all show notes and to access all previous episodes, head over to www.noobiedentist.com. Have a great day.